basically the fence separates 98 acres and about 5 acres on this island. 98 acres being for the chimps, the 5 islands being for caregivers and tourists who come, and they're really what supports the island and makes it possible for the sanctuary to exist. The problem with it, chimps as youngsters are sweet, lovable, to walk with them, to hold them, to have them jump on your back is like life-changing. But once they reach puberty, they're not nice. They're aggressive, they're territorial, and very dangerous. So there is an electric fence that stretches about 1,200 meters.
Yeah.
And it's old. It's about 10 years old, it's deteriorating, and there have been numerous escapes. When I was there in April, a very psychotic large male got out, and they're afraid of the water, so we ran into the lake, and there was 5 or 6 of us that stood there for 4 or 5 hours while Standy coaxed him back in. And they'll kill you. I mean, that's what they do. They're very aggressive. Standy is such a sweetheart. While we were standing in the water and we knew where Mawa was, he brought us coffee as we stood in the lake. I wasn't frightened because I knew that Standy was going to get between Mawa and us. But it was an interesting thing to see this 150-pound chimpanzee running amok through the sanctuary. The problem is, again, he gets through the fence, and others do as well. And the escapes have risen. What that does is it makes it impossible for tourists to come, which makes it impossible for revenue to be produced. The caregivers who live on the island, like I was living with Standy and the other 8 or 9 or 10 caregivers, their lives are in jeopardy when this happens. And so it also affects the sanctuary because now they have to coax them back with extra food. They have to get a veterinarian from the mainland. This is 23 miles from the mainland. And they have to get the veterinarian out there with a gun to the tranquilizer, a dart gun. So when the fence breaks, when they get through the fence, it's chaos. And we have to somehow come up with the funding to improve and build a stronger fence. Some of the chimps are growing up, they're getting older, they're getting able. They see one chimp escaping, and they all then learn how to do it. They're very, very much like us. 98.7% of their DNA is the same as us. So it's about a $105,000 project to improve, and that's all here on this handout that I gave you, to improve and restructure the fencing. Now also, because of global warming, the lake level has gone down. It's an island because chimps are afraid of water, and that keeps them somewhat isolated. But as global warming and climate change is taking place, the lake level has gone down. So now the fence has to be extended further out so they can't walk around it and get to the people area.